Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into the Mexican Revolution, one of the most important events in Latin American history. Let's start with the basics. Who was involved in the revolution?
Great question, Jack. The Mexican Revolution began in 1910 and involved many groups and figures. On one side, Porfirio Diaz was the intimidating dictator who ruled Mexico for over 30 years. Opposing him were revolutionaries like Francisco I Madero, Emiliano Zapata, and Pancho Villa.
Don't forget about Venustiano Carranza and Alvaro Obregón. They played crucial roles later in the revolution, especially in shaping the government that came afterward.
Sounds like a lot of big personalities. Where did all of this take?
The revolution spread across Mexico. Key areas included Mexico City, the capital, the northern regions like Chihuahua, where Pancho Villa was active, and the southern states like Morelos, where Zapata fought for land reform. Important landmarks include the Palacio Nacional and various haciendas that were often battle sites.
Got it. So when exactly did the revolution start?
It officially started on November 20th, 1910, when Francisco I Madero issued the plan of San Luis Potosi, calling for the overthrow of Diaz. It's generally considered to have ended around 1920, although its effects lingered much longer.
My lord, that's 10 years. What happened during the revolution?
Oh, a lot. In 1911, Madero's forces pushed Diaz to resign and flee to France, but things didn't settle. Madero's presidency was short-lived because he was assassinated in 1913 by Victoriano Huerta. Then came the years of chaos, with figures like Villa and Zapata fighting against Huerta. By 1917, Carranza took control and introduced the Constitution of 1917, which included progressive reforms like redistribution and labor rights.
Now, who ultimately won the war?
That's a difficult question. Technically, Carranza's faction prevailed, and his presidency marked the normalization of the revolution, but it's more accurate to say that there were no clear winners as the country continued to face struggles.
What changed after the war?
Immediately, the revolution ended the dictatorship and introduced reforms through the Constitution of 1917. It also redistributed some land and improved workers' rights. In long term, it inspired cultural nationalism, including the Mexican muralism movement led by Diego Rivera and others.
It left a legacy of economic nationalism, like the nationalization of oil in 1938 under Lázaro Cárdenas. However, social inequalities persisted, and many of the revolution's ideals remain unfulfilled.
Why did this revolution happen in the first place?
It was driven by multiple causes. Politically, people were fed up with Diaz's authoritarian rule and electoral fraud. Economically, foreign investment enriched elites while peasants and workers lived in poverty. Socially, indigenous communities lost their lands and there was widespread inequality.
Well, that's why figures like Zapata rallied behind slogans like Tierra y Libertad, land and liberty. They captured the struggle of ordinary Mexicans.
And that will be all for today. Thanks for coming on, for walking us through it, Adrian and Jackson, through the Mexican Revolution. See you next time for another historical deep dive.
And thank you, Chris, our videographer.
Thank you so much.